Hello, everybody, and welcome to the number eighth. I'm all confused because we skipped a month. It's the faction turn. Hello, it's the Verona faction turn. I have orders. You have beef. And together, we are going to figure out what is going on in this strange and theoretical universe of ours. So now that Dragon Heist has been moved to Mondays, when we do these turns, I don't have to feel like I only have like 2 hours, or I have to get up super early to do them. We can just kind of like take our time and relax, sort of. You know, this isn't the most relaxing kind of game. If you want relaxing, as I said, go play Stardew Valley. This is some tense shit, but not only do we have orders today, but I have some new rules changes that I'm going to roll out at the end of the turn. So we're doing this new thing with the rules for the Verona faction turn, where instead of like making changes in the middle of a turn, we accumulate all the changes that we want to make into basically like a patch, and then we release those as a single set. So the stuff at the end of this stream, we're going to talk about the rules changes at the end of the stream, and that stuff will go into effect basically starting now for the future turn. So any changes that we make today basically counts from now forward. So that'll be the thing. Let's get into it, shall we? So if you're just kind of wandering in, if you're like, I like tabletop role-playing games, or I like Adam's content, but I don't know what the heck this is. Once a month, the players of the Verona faction turn, which you can go and check out at patreon.com/roleplay. Once a month, they submit to me orders for all of the assets in the Verona universe. So their transit webs, their space marines, their treacheries and hostile takeovers, all of those get issued orders through their representative to me. And then once a month, what we do is we sit down, I move the pieces around, and we roll the dice, and we see what becomes of everybody's actions. And then that, in exchange, that ongoing conflict creates a dynamic and turbulent universe in which I can set my little Verona fan fiction stream, which you might have seen before. I managed to convince some of my streamer friends to do a little Verona fan fiction with me, and you can catch that on twitch.tv/eatmejp. So if you're not caught up on the show, it's not a super big deal. I don't tend to talk about the show itself very much during the stream. We're several kind of cycles ahead of the show. Like the faction turn operates in a space ahead of where the show's narrative is, so that I can adapt what happens in the turn back to what happens in the show. So a lot of the big universe stuff, most of it really, that comes from this faction turn. So if you've been watching the show and maybe you are wondering like why Acre reps started getting arrested, you can watch earlier faction turns, and that'll teach you. Cool. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming back and resubscribing. I know it's been a hot minute since I streamed. And for new subs and gift subs, of which I saw not but a few. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's get started. I was going to drink my tea, but it's too fucking hot. Okay. All right. So, if you'd like to play the Adam Coble drinking game, anytime I tab past something I'm looking for and go all the way around the tabs, whether it's on the spreadsheet or on the browser, that's the game. You take a drink. Because that's the thing. I do that sometimes. I forget where stuff is. Listen, I got a lot to work with. I got multiple tabs. We got multiple tabs within our tabs. I got multiple screens. Give me a friggin' break. All right. So my darling space cadets, we begin today's, let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. We begin today's faction turn. We begin the faction turn with the High Church. So the High Church of the Messiah as Emperor begins today's action. They went from number 13 last turn. They went from the bottom of the order all the way up to the top. So they went last and first. We got this like draft pack thing going on. So the High Church goes last time, and now they go first this time. So let's process their orders. All right. So the first thing that we must do, as always, with these guys is do a check on the planet that the Panopticon Matrix exists on. So the Panopticon Matrix, Panopt check. Let's go find out where it is, and we will see what it does. Then we'll give them their money and do goals and all that stuff. So, okay. Let's see here. The old high church. Old Chorchy boy. Let's see. Where are you, Chorchy? We've got our High Church of Messiah as Emperor. Okay, here we go. And the Panopticon Matrix is currently on Hakani. So we're going to search by Hakani. And is there anything stealthed on Hakani? There is. There is. The Panopticon Matrix is going to scan and attempt to find these seditionists. There are seditionists on Hakani. So the Panopticon Matrix, I believe it is a straight up cunning versus cunning. Panopticon Matrix. Let's see. Every rival stealth asset on the planet must succeed in a cunning versus cunning test at the beginning of every turn or lose their stealth. Okay, so it is cunning v cunning, which means we're looking at the UPC, whose cunning is 6, and the High Church, whose cunning is 8. Cunning Church. Okay, so 8 versus 6. Let's see. Oh, drink. I did it. I did it, everybody. I did the wrong thing. Okay. All right. So, cunning versus cunning. 8 versus 6. This is to determine if those seditionists remain. So, D10 plus 8. We have a 13. And then D10 plus 6. And an 11. Okay, so that means they lose their stealth. And the High Church does not have advantage on this roll because this is not an attack. This is just a cunning versus cunning test. It's a roll. It's not phrased as an attack. So it does not get the advantage from the Panopticon Matrix. However, it succeeded. So let's do Panop check. Reveals UPC seditionists on Hakani. All right, and then we got to go back and finish that job and unstealth the seditionists. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's the seditionists. They have been revealed by the High Church's secret scanning VI, and they have been discovered. So let's give out some income here. So the High Church, I think, has two of the generators, 2 party machines. They do. Okay. All right. So they get also this is worth noting. The sheet is being transferred to a new and cooler sheet very soon. So most likely the next faction turn you'll see an updated version of this Far Verona faction turn tracker, and I'll post the link and everything once we have it done. Because there are a few little things, the automation got a little borked in some of these places. Don't worry, like we're on it, but all the auto updating and stuff, we're working on getting that fixed for a new sheet. Yes, yeah, including party machines. Hopefully, we'll see. It's a tricky one to do. Okay, so let's give the church some money. Let's tithe. Oh, they're so poor. They only have 1. Well, now they have 10. They have an income of 7. They get an extra 2, and now they have an income of 10. And they're going to, on their turn, they're going to take, for the 3rd turn in a row, they're going to take the attack action. But first, we need to update their goal because they get a new one. So let's do that. So these guys, oh no, we updated already. They have blood the enemy. They don't need, it's not a new goal. It's remember we talked about this last time. It was at the end of the last time. It's blood the enemy. It's the same as it was before. Progress for blood the enemy. I should know this like by heart for these guys, but I don't. It is, let's see, blood the enemy. Chance the Rapper. Here we go. Inflict a number of hit points equal to your total force, cunning, and wealth. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20. All right, 0 of 20. Okay, here we go. Keep track of that blood for me. See how much blood do we spill. All right, so these folks, let's get back to get back to the list. So these folks are going to make some attacks. So first, they are going to attack on Hakani. And I have several attacks. Okay, Hakani. And there's our attacks. Okay, so first of all, their Demagogue is going after the media on Hakani. So Demagogue is going to attack the Prism network on Hakani. And the defense for that one is the Valen Ascendancy is blocking with their party machine. Valen Ascendancy blocks with party machine. So Valen, I'll just put Vela, blocks with party machine. Okay, party machine. So blocking for their friends in Prism. Let's take a look at what that looks like on the asset tracker. So let's switch this to Hakani. And we'll go through each thing. Okay, all right, so High Church Demagogue. So CVC 2d8. I did it right. Okay. So hit is 2d8. And there we go. Okay. And the defense is Vela blocking with the party machine. So counterattack is 1d6. All right, counter 1d6. This is kind of just how I track this stuff with my like terrible like scribbling. All right, so it's a CVC. It's 2d8 1d6. So the High Church is an 8 with advantage, and then the Vela is a 6. Okay, all right, 8v6. It is advantage, right? The thing, yeah, it's on Hakani, right? So okay, all right. So first things first. Here we go. 2d10. Keep the best one. Plus 8. Here's our attack. The High Church attacks and gets a 16. And Valen defense plus 6 is a 10. Okay, so the attack is successful and deals 2d8 damage. 10 damage. Okay, 10 damage. Now let's go see what that means. So 2d8, they get, well, we'll see how much health is left, but let's record this first. So, okay, attack. Let's just go. Succeed. And it's 10 damage. And they have, let's see, lethal damage. They have the option to redirect to a base of influence. They can redirect that damage. So the damage goes straight to the base of influence. Okay. So that reduces this to 19. Damage to BOI. Okay. So let me write that down. 10 damage passed to base of influence. 10 FAC damage. Okay. All right. So that is reducing their hit points by 10 up here. Okay, so they're down to 18 total. Okay, all right, and Blood the Enemy is at 10 on the first attack. Yep. Okay, all right. So second attack is, and I think the High Church again is like the most complicated turn. I think that they did that again this turn. So, okay, so let's see. The second attack is the popular movement against Prism. Vela is going to do the same. Vela is blocking with the party machine. Let's see how it does. Okay. So it's the same roll as before. Let me clear the results. Okay, same roll as before. 2d10, keep 1, plus 8. That is a 12 versus D10 plus 6. 15. Okay, so that is a success on the part of the defender. So the attack is a fail. And and what's the counterattack? Counterattack is a 6, so let's do that. So D6. All right, 3 counter. All right. Let's see. There is an order, but it is not for the Book of Secrets, but it is not for this roll. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I have a very specific note for which one to use it on. Okay. All right. So 3 counterattack damage for Vela. So let's note that down. So the Valen Party Machine does 3 damage to... What asset was this? This was the popular movement. Okay. All right. So fail on that attack. And 3 counter damage to popular movement. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. 3 counterattack damage to the church popular movement, 15. So that's down to 12 hit points. Okay. All right. Still fighting. Still fighting. All right. So the popular movement goes after Prism, but the Valen government, the people of Vela, they respond and counter with their popular movement. So politics are rejected by the people. Okay. So now, the highest hit point party machine is going to attack, and I believe we're doing the same thing on this one. Yep. So this Valen party machine is putting in work today, and let's see what happens. So it's a party machine versus party machine on this one, which is still cunning v cunning, but the damage is 2d6 instead of 2d8. Okay, 2d6. Party machine versus party machine. Okay. It's a party off. That's right. All right, 2d10. Keep. I guess I could just go. I don't have to type it back in. Let's just do it this way. Here we go. All right. So cunning attack of 15. Oh my God, stop throwing dice at me. Cunning attack is 15 versus cunning defend of 7. Okay. All right. And then it's 2d6 damage. So the attack succeeds and deals a whopping 3 damage. 3 damage. Good stuff. All right. And this, let's see, redirect the lethal damage to the BOI, but it's not lethal. So it just takes 3, I think. Let's see. So that's the Valen. Oh, no, that is lethal. That's the last 3 they need. No, it's 2d6. Yeah. Yeah, this is the party machine. So that is lethal. So instead, it hits the base of influence, bring it down to 16. Which means this goes up to 13. Vela's hit points are reduced to 15. Okay, and that was that. So let's make a note. All right, so Vela blocks with party machine. The attack succeeds. 3 damage to BOI and 3 fact damage. Okay, all right. And then the second party machine, the same. So we're gonna block with but yeah, because Vela's party machine is still there. So the lowest HP party machine, this is the same roll as before. And we're just gonna do what we did. Okay, so get out of here. There we go. Okay. So 2d10, keep 1, plus 8 is 14. Versus 1d10 plus 6, 11. And 2d6 damage. And we're looking at 6 damage. Okay. So a success from the High Church. So that party machine stepping in a block, but the BOI taking the damage. So again, it would be lethal. It would be lethal, so we're gonna redirect it to Vela. So same thing. How much damage was that? That was 6. Okay, so 6 damage. The base of influence, 6 faction damage. And that brings it down to 10. And brings Vela down to 9 hit points. And that gives them 19 of the 20 that they need to get that goal. Okay. All right. So the High Church finishes its pummeling of Hakani with I believe these are Crux trained cyber ninja. If I can follow the arc of these guys, the Crux trained cyber ninja on Hakani, and they now work for the church. So let's see. It's cunning versus cunning, 2d6. So pretty much the same, right? CVC, 2d6. And the defense order for this one is, I think, yep, that Valen party machine with redirecting lethal damage. Okay. So here we go. Here's the attack for 15. And here is the defense for 11. Okay, and the damage is 2d6. And that's 6 damage. Okay, so 6 damage. Attack succeeds. Let me record that on the faction turn. Okay, so Cyber Ninjas attacking Prism, but Vela blocks the party machine. Oh, it's exactly the same. Okay. So 6 damage and redirecting it to the base of influence unless that would kill Vela, which it almost does. And that puts them at their goal. Progress bar is complete. Okay, so that brings Vela down to 3 HP. 3 HP and keeps all their assets on the board. So that party machine and the BOI both taking hits. The BOI has oh yeah, it also took damage, right? So let's see, that's another 6. It's down to 4. Yeah, it should have 1 more hit point than the Valen hit point total. Yes, okay. All right, there we go. So 4 of 29 for that base. If the base takes another hit, then Vela will sail off into the sunset. But we'll deal with that if we get there. Okay, so that's everything on Hakani for the High Church. But the High Church has a few more things that they want to do. So they are activating their transit web on Andophiel to move a bunch of shit around. Okay, all right. Get on the church bus, everybody. We're going for a trip. This is why the church's stuff is always so long. So activate the transit web on Andophiel, which moves the Panopticon Matrix, the Book of Secrets, and the Popular Movement from Hakani to Demnoth. So, Panopticon Matrix to Demnoth. The Book of Secrets to Demnoth. And what was the other one that they said they wanted to move? Popular Movement. That's, yep, okay. It's moving popularly. Okay. And that cost them a credit. So that brings them down to 9. Okay. And then they're going to move between Dio Mikado and Demnoth. They're going to move the Treachery from Dio to Demnoth. Did I take that from the wrong people? No, look, it's balanced. 9. What are you talking about? Oh, I moved a party machine. That's the one. Okay, yeah, let me fix that. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Back to Hakani you go. Get off the bus. Demnoth. There it is. It's because it pushed it down one line, and I was confused. But yeah, we got it. Thank you. All right. So anyway, so that's that one. And then they're going to move the Treachery to Demnoth, which brings them down to 8. So where's your Treachery here? Okay, Treachery to Demnoth. There we go. Okay. And then The party machine from Hakani to Dio Mikado. Interesting. Okay, the highest HP party machine on Hakani goes to Dio. Okay, all right. And then the lowest HP party machine to Lovelace. Oh, I see. They're taking a bunch of them off Hakani. Okay, Cyber Ninjas and the Demagogue to Lovelace. Cyber Ninjas to Lovelace and the Demagogue to Lovelace. Okay, all right. Good. That is that. Okay, great. And then the very last thing after all those moves, which would mean that they are at 7 credits now. High Church. Yeah, High Church is at 7. And then 6 for that last move. And then the very last thing they need to do, they're attacking on Demnoff. They're finishing their attack off on Demnoff with, let's see, Demnoff. And this one has a chance to be real weird, but we'll show you that when we get there. So Treachery versus the Acre Hostile Takeover. And Acre is going to they're gonna block with the Hostile Takeover. So Acre blocks with Hostile Takeover. Hostile Makeover. Okay. So let's look at our assets. Demnoff. What is up? All right. So it's the High Church. And they are using Treachery. So it's Cunning versus Cunning. What is Acre's Cunning? Acre's Cunning is 5. Okay. Acre's Cunning is 5. So let's take a look. It is 8 versus 5. With advantage because the Panopt Matrix moved. All right, here we go. So D10, 2D10, keep 1 plus, oh god, plus 8. Oof. All right, they got an 18. It's the foregone conclusion at this point. D10 plus 5, 10. Okay, all right. All right, and so the results. Let me make a note here. So the results, I believe, is a Church Hostile Takeover now. Treachery attack succeeds. And Treachery, if we review its abilities, I will read it to you. Treachery. Traders can attack an enemy asset. On a successful attack, the Treachery asset is lost. 5 fat creds are gained, and the targeted asset switches side, even if the faction does not otherwise have the attributes unnecessary. Okay. All right. So that means that the Hostile Takeover is now a High Church Hostile Takeover. The Treachery is destroyed. It did its job. Okay, good. And then the Church gets 5 credits. Bringing them up to 11. Okay. All right. And that, I believe, is that. Yes, that is it. That is our turn for the High Church. Thank you for the strong open, High Church. Let's move on to our second faction. So our second faction for today is the Red Dogs Triad, the 14 Red Dogs Triad. So, Red Dogs, I will have something for you regarding your prison planet during this next faction turn. So between now and the next turn, I have a gift for you, 14 Red Dogs. You did it. You held it as long as you needed to. I will tell you in secret, and you can decide how much you want to tell everybody else, and we'll go from there. But yeah, you have found something on Gleipnir. So let's see. While that's happening, let's see what your turn is. So the 14 Red Dogs Triad, they get some income. So let's begin there. They're going to get 5 faction credits plus their current 5, plus 1 from the party machine, minus 1 from pre-tech researchers. This sheet doesn't show it very properly, but they're above their cap pretty significantly. So they actually only get 1 income, which puts them at 6, not 1. Which is good when you have rich friends, I guess. Plus, also they have all these assets for like forcing charitable donations. Oh yeah, I owe the church some experience. This is clear. You did it, churchies. You get 2 experience. Okay. So did I erase the high church turn? No. No, look, it's right there. This spreadsheet is just so huge. It's just so big that I can only show you the cells if I shrink. Like here, look. There we go. That's readable, right? You can read that. Like I can read it, but like I'd like you to be able to see what we're doing too. Okay. All right. So 14 red dogs. You got your money. They're going to take the use asset ability action, and they're going to use a bunch of their asset abilities. Look at them all. Are you ready? Here they come. Come on. There it is. All right. All right, everybody. So they're going to, first, Post-Tech Industries. Post-Tech Industries. So these, I think, might generate money. Let's look. Let's look at what they do. Cunning. I think this is the roll a d6 one. Yes, it is. Okay, so roll 1d6 for a post-tech industry asset. On a 1, they lose a fact cred. 2 to 4, they gain 1. 5 to 6, they gain 2. So I'm going to roll. Let's roll and see if we can get them some money. So roll a d6. Nice. Nice. All right, so they get 4 fact creds. Big industry. You making drugs? Are you making drugs over there? You're making drugs, aren't you? Stop making drugs. Don't do it. Okay, all right, so 2 times 2 credits, each one. So that gives them, red dogs get 4, bringing them up to 10. Okay. 2 fact creds. 2 fact creds. Very nice. They've got a vigorous Gildo operation going. Okay, and then covert transit network on Thorgil to move lawyers from comma to echo. Do you have to pay for the covert transit whatevers? Let me look. Some you have to pay and some you don't. No, you do not. This is a free move. So okay, they're gonna use the network to move the lawyers from comma to echo. Okay, all right. They've seen things on comma and they've come to tell their story. All right. See you later, lawyers. So these guys go to echo. Because God knows echo needs more lawyers. Okay. All right. Good. And then they're going to use marketers against Vagrant's covert transit network on Lovelace. So let's take a quick look at Lovelace here. All right, Lovelace, where are you? There it is. Okay, so 14 red dogs, marketers, targeting the Confederation of the Upright Vagrants, CTN, with 1 hit point, and marketers. Let's see what they do. Is there a roll? Yes, a cunning and wealth test. Cunning versus wealth test against a rival faction's asset. If successful, the target faction must immediately pay half the asset's purchase cost. So let's make that roll. It is red dog's cunning of 6 versus Vagrant's wealth of 3, right? Yeah. 6 versus 3. Okay. All right, D10 plus 6. We got a 13. So a D10 plus 3 versus 7. So it looks like the marketers are successful. Marketers are successful, and that locks it down. So let me see how that works. Success, and we had like a lot of conversation about how this thing works. I believe the intent is that they pay. They know they want to pay it. Let me check their orders. Vagrant. Yes, they do. Yeah, they're gonna pay, and the pay goes to make. So they lose. Oh, that's right. They can't pay until they get their money, and then they have to do it when they can. Yeah, that's right. So okay, so for right now it's disabled, but they will pay for it. Okay, so disabled. Good language, Adam. Disabled until payable. Okay, all right. And then yeah, we'll get to that. Don't worry. We'll do your turn when we get to your turn, Vagrants. And then 2 monopolies against Vagrant on Lovelace. As an action, the owner of a monopoly can force one other faction with unstealth assets to pay them a fact cred. So they do that twice on Lovelace. So that transfers 2 away from Vagrant. And 2 to the Red Dogs. Okay. I did that right? Yeah. 6 and 12. Yep. Okay. All right. And then those 2 are done. The shipping combine on Lovelace moves itself, the marketer, and the monopolies all to Endophiel. Oh, looking for some church handouts, huh? All right. So shipping combine. Shipping combine, as an action, can move itself and any number of non-force assets to any world within 2 hexes at a cost of 1 per asset. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that costs them 4. So they're back down to 8. And they get to move a bunch of their shit. Okay. So it was the shipping combine goes to Endophiel. The 2 monopolies both go to Endophiel. And the marketer. Okay. Endophiel, Endophiel, and Endophiel. All right. Cool. All right. The Red Dogs. The Red Dogs charity fleet heads for Endophiel. Heads for the home world of the High Church. To just ask them nicely for money. Listen, they got a prison to run, okay? They gotta run that prison. And then lastly, the surveyors are moving from Yanarazzo to Gats. Interesting. There's nothing on Gats. Stay away from, it's a nuclear wasteland. Let's see. All right, 14 Red Dogs. Heading for Gats. So the surveyors head from Yanarazzo to Gats. Yeah, lots of nice shiny glass. Yep. All right. Cool. Thank you, Red Dogs. That is your turn. I do not think they have a statement. Nope, they don't. Very nice. Cool. Nothing on Gats, but a bunch of dead robots. That's right. Okay. Good. All right. The Houses Minor, they're going to take their turn. They've got some building to do. They've got some things they would like to do. So Houses Minor, you begin your turn with 27 faction credits. And after we do the math for you, you have 34 faction credits. And they are going to take the buy action. Nothing like a little buy action. So they're going to take that action. They're going to buy asset, and they're going to purchase a bunch of shit. Well, just the one thing, but a bunch of other things. Okay, so they're going to purchase a transit web on Lovelace for 15 faction credits. That cost them 15, bring them down to 19. Thank you for doing that math for me. All right. So let's see. That was on Lovelace, was it? Yeah, transit web on Lovelace. So Houses Minor. Transit web on Lovelace. And there it is. Okay. Good. All right. Cool. So they do that. That's fine and is done. And then they have some activations of their other stuff to move things around. So activating the web on Aomori between Aomori and Dio Mikado, moving the Book of Secrets from Aomori to Dio Mikado. All right. So Houses Minor, Book of Secrets, that big Serpent's book, is going to move to Dio Mikado. Okay. All right. And then, I did the wrong thing. Okay. Move the Commodities Broker from Imperial Prime to Lodestone. Okay. Commodities broker from Imperial Prime to Lodestone. Good. Okay. And then move the 4 HP popular movement from Orpheus to Aomori. All right. So there. Let's see. What do we got for 4 hit points here? Yeah, there it is. The popular movement from Orpheus to Aomori. Okay. Good. So that cost them some credits, bring them down to 16, and then I believe they have a statement they would like me to make. Thank you, Houses Minor, for your continued participation in the faction turn. The Houses Minor would like me to let you know, thanks to the emergency paths distribution and enhancement system, Imperial travel to the fringes has never been easier. Without those pesky Valen safety constraints, reaching planets like Echo, Honglu, and Cabina will take no time at all. Pesky safety restraints. Pesky until you fly your alien-loving ass into the sun. Fucking Pixis. You nerds. All right. So that is our houses. That is our houses minor. Yeah, you can go as fast as you want, but it's a dangerous business. Dangerous business. You're flying around a spaceship run by a sexual pervert. You don't want to know the things they do to aliens, but I will read the book, you know. I imagine that there's like a very like people love stuff that's salacious in a way that they're told they're not allowed to. So I bet you like Pixis themed like romance adventure novels that are really just like alien porn are actually like pretty popular like across the system. Maybe not on Prime or Endophiel, but like generally, I bet you people like reading it and being like, ugh, oh god, oh, I can't stop turning pages. Oh, and then the tentacle did what? Oh my god, I'm scandalized. Yeah. Yeah, I love you, Pixis. Thanks for being such weirdos. Okay. So, next up, the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. So the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. So Vagrant, you asked me to do something at the end of this turn, and for my own dignity, I refuse. We can talk about it at the end of the turn, but I refuse your request. I'll read your order, but I'm not, that's it. All right? I'm not your fucking puppet up here. All right. So, their starting balance is 8, I believe. Yeah, which was reduced by 2 by the attacks. They get an income of 5, which brings them up to 11. So at the beginning of their turn, they have enough money to pay for the covert transit network, so they're going to. So 9, 10, 11. So they have 2 fat creds. 2 fat creds remaining. Listen, I may be your space master, but you can't tell me what to do. I mean, you kind of can, but I'm not doing that. I would do anything for FAC, but I won't do that. Okay, make Dodger do it. All right, so let's do their turn. They're going to use asset. They're going to use asset. And I should put in here reactivate covert transit network, which if they had much less in terms of if they had like fewer credits, this whole turn would have been blown, right? Because it's reliant on that CTN. So interesting stuff. Like we haven't had any like I submit a turn and then I can't take my turn because like something is locked or broken or I don't have the credits for it. It's pretty cool. We'll see if that happens, but so far, everybody's been pretty good at keeping their math under control. So, okay, activate the covert transit network, which again I think is the free one. And they're like, it's like they're so excited to be allowed in the house, you know, like it's winter and all these barking dogs. They're all muddy and shit, but we're like, we should probably let them inside. And Fornax left the door open, and so now all these vagrants are on Imperial Prime, just like hanging out. Yeah. Now we can finally learn who let the dogs in. It was Fornax. Okay. All right. So, demagogues. Let's see. Activate Activate the covert network on Imperial Prime, and then Demagogue, and Psychic Assassins. I guess they're going to Lovelace. This is the dogs being let out. Let's look at where their shit is. All right. So the Confederation, the Upright Vagrant. Yeah, no, it's the other way around. They're going to. Okay. All right. So they're leaving. They're going to Imperial Prime with the Demagogue, and the Psychic Assassins. So I'm being told there was an update. Oh, I see. You updated it. Okay. Yep, I got it. Thank you. Who is this? Gwyn? Thank you, Gwyn the Wolf. I got it. So let me copy these. Let me copy these over from the order. Yeah, it was updated at the last minute, and I have old orders. There it is. That's better. Okay. All right, so it's moving from Imperial Prime using the covert network, and this was the bit that was missing, all this Demnoff shit. I was wondering because it didn't make sense, so I think it got copied over. Okay, it got copied over wrong. Thank you for being around to help me fix that. I would have been confused. Yeah, they're on Prime now, and they're going to Demnoff. National Lampoon's Demnoff Vacation. There it is. Okay. Skip one. Psychic Assassins. Keep that post-tech where it is. Your brand new, beautiful post-tech industry. So now the Demagogue, and the Psychic Assassins have all left for Demnoff. Demnoff getting crowded. Okay. Let's try the Fucko Factory. All right. Cool. No, they didn't. Iron Fist, they didn't send it in complete order. The update was sent before lock-in. I copied the earliest order. Don't worry. Yeah. I have a valid order with a timestamp and everything. Yeah, don't worry about it. I would much rather, if there were an actual problem, I would much rather just be like, nope, it's fucked up and you don't get your order, because that's how it works. But no one has fucked up that badly yet. It was just me copying it incorrectly. So yeah, okay, so that's done. Now Vagrant wanted me to dab for them, but I refuse. Maybe you can find someone else willing to play your little game, Vagrant. But I will say, Vagrant would like you to know that what's yours is ours, but not mine, it's theirs. So what's yours is theirs, but that's not what they wanted me to say. They wanted me to say what's yours is ours. So I guess I get some of it. So I guess Vagrant is giving me something, but I'm not going to dab. I refuse. All right. So the next up is the Unified People's Collective. The UPC did a cool thing, and they left the STO. We had our first like joining an alliance and then leaving of an alliance. They posted some really interesting faction material, some fiction about it. It was pretty cool. It was cool to see it. Like they joined the STO and they participated in their conflict for a little while, and then they withdrew to kind of focus on like their own shit, which is pretty neat. Let's see what they got up to. All right, so El Vagrante is done. So on to the Unified People's Collective. So the UPC, they're gonna get 4 fact creds for their bounce, bringing them up to 13. And they are going to take the action use asset ability. And they've got an announcement about this very thing. But as you can see, their mechanics have generated their fiction and vice versa. So they're going to use asset ability. They're going to activate the pre-tech logistics to allow them to buy zealots on Demnoff for 9 faction credits. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 4. And they get zealots on Demnoff. Let me just see, make sure they have, let's see here. Get their pre-tech logistics in the right place. Okay, cool. Zealots. So Unified People's Collective. Zealots. They are stealthed, and they are on a Demnoff. Okay. Alrighty. So that means that we took their money away already. They're good. That's settled. So the pre-tech logistics just means it's very expensive to buy these zealots. And then we activate the CTN. So from Demnoff, from Lovelace, from Hakani, all return to Yakia. So let's just sort. I'm gonna sort by the UPC and we'll shuffle their stuff around. Now, okay, there you go. Drink. Whoever was just asking, outro, your beverage is getting warm. I just go. Just go ham on it. Okay, so Zealots from Demnoff to Yakia. Zealots from Lovelace to Yakia. Start with them. All right. Zealots, Lovelace, Yakia. Zealots, Demnoff, Yakia. Okay. And then Demagogue, Lovelace, Yakia. Where's their Demagogue, Lovelace, Yakia. And Seditionists, Hakani, Yakia. They were revealed, so they went home. Hey, get out of here. And they flee. Just flee. Yep. Smart move. Those seditionists made it out alive from the church panopticon beams. They fled. They fled from Yakia and headed home where they're safe. Let's see what else is going on Yakia. Fortress Yakia. Oh, like there's not nothing. We got an Acre Covert Shipping, some CHR folks. Okay, all right. Yeah, they got the little exclamation mark like in Metal Gear. Yep. Good run. And then the church guy was just like, must have been the wind. All right. So that's that. We have moved them, and it does not cost them anything because they're using their covert transit network. All right. So the thing that the UPC would like me, the statement they would like me to deliver for this turn, which I will do, is after the genocide on Orpheus, the people of Yakia mourned and turned inward for guidance. As such, we'll be holding a general election in the coming weeks. We urge all who stand against the Empire and the injustices of the STO to come to Tanya's and make your voices heard. I like that the UPC, they're so great because I envisioned them early on as like much more kind of aggressive towards like the Empire. I didn't really think that they would have much interaction with the corporates. And so the story of the UPC has been really, really interesting. And it's funny that they're kind of like, hey, we're gonna be our own third option, right? If you don't want to be a part of like these two headbutting giant alliances, yeah, they've done some cool work. Yeah, I think that's neat. Yeah, so it's cool. It's cool seeing that happen. So that is the UPC. Cool. House Fornax. What is there to say about House Fornax? What can be said about these boys? House Fornax. All right, House Fornax is gonna get some money, and they're gonna update their goal, I believe. Okay, yep, we got Blood the Enemy for House Fornax. They start with 10 credits. They got an extra 5, bringing it out to 15. Does House Fornax have any party machines? I mean, House Fornax likes to party, especially on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, just after breakfast time, but before lunch. All right, they don't. They're good. They're just going to get their money. Okay. All right, so they got their money, and now they're going to attack. They're going to attack some shit. So here we go. So on Hakani, the Valen Ascendancy is being attacked with a commodities broker and a strike fleet, 2 commodities broker and a strike fleet. And let's see what our defense orders are. So the defense orders for this were block with Vela's party machine. For the first one, for the higher HP commodities broker. So commodities broker, is a wealth versus let's see. Wealth versus wealth, 2d8. Okay, let's write that down. Wealth versus wealth, 2d8. All right. And then we're looking at Fornax wealth, which is 6, versus Valen wealth, which is 5. Okay, 6v5. And the counterattack we know is 1d6. Okay. All right, here we go. So, commodities broker attack. It's going to be a d10 plus 6. It's such a close roll. All right. That is a 15. 15 for Fornax. D10 plus 5 for the defense. 12. All right. So the attack is a success. The damage being dealt. Cool. A mighty 14. Okay. So I have parameters for this, which will change the next 2 attacks. So the commodities broker. Let's see here. Commodities broker. The attack is a success. So Vela defends with party machine. The attack is a success. It is, what do we say, 14 damage. And this is going to kill that party machine. Destroy party machine. Okay, the party machine is destroyed. So we'll go into the asset tracker and we will clear that. This is all happening on Hakani. Okay, commodities broker destroys the Valen Ascendancy's party machine. Okay. All right. So the party machine, ironically, Fornax has just ended the party. And the damage done is 3. So 3 of 14. Because there's no splash damage. You don't get the whole 14. All right. Cool. And then the second attack then, the Valen Ascendancy is attacked by the Strike Fleet. With the Strike Fleet, first, the Vela party machine is destroyed. Second, Vela's faction HP is too low. So if Vela is still alive, and Prism will step in to defend. So Prism has a monopoly with 10 or more hit points, so they are going to block. So Prism blocks with their 10 plus HP monopoly. This guy. Okay. So Prism blocks with the monopoly, so we got to change the stats. Let me see. Oh, no, you're right. You're right. It has... let me finish the sentence. So it says, if Vela is still alive, Prism's Monopoly has 10 more, you block with the covert shipping. Yeah, so Acre blocks. Okay, yeah, thank you. So Acre's covert shipping, so this means wealth versus wealth. 6 versus 8. Okay. So 6v8. Wham. Yeah, it was the wording of it was just inverse from what I expected. And this, or is this the Strike Fleet? Oh yeah, it's the Strike Fleet. Yeah, so this is a whole other thing. All right, force versus force, which means I should have just cleared it in the first place. So that's 5 versus 7. 5 attacker, 7 defender, and it is Strike Fleet, which does 2d6 versus covert shipping with 0. All right, 2d6, 0 counterattack. Okay, there we go. Now we got it. All right, 1d10 plus 5. What? No, not a D0. Roll D10 plus 5. Go. Fuck. Oh, boy. Oh, baby. All right. 15. Big 15. D10 plus 7 for the defense. Couldn't go better than that. 15 versus a 10. All right. And then the damage 2d6. That's a 10. 10 damage. Big 10. Okay. All right. So let's go and copy this stuff down. That Acre covert shipping is toast. Drink. All right. So attack the Valen Ascendancy on Akani. Acre blocks with covert shipping. It is a success. Covert shipping. It's like 14 damage or something. What do we say? 10 damage. 10 damage. 4 damage to covert shipping. Destroyed. All right. So that covert shipping is destroyed. And Fornax gets another 4 progress towards their goal. Okay. All right. So Fornax hits Acre and takes out their shipping, and then that leaves us with our last one, which it's 7 now. What did I put? Oh, I just rewrote it. Sorry, Fornax. Okay. I'm so used to the tokens in Roll20 where you just type in the math and it does it for you. Like I do that so often that I've forgotten now how to do that. Yeah, the like quick math, but it doesn't do it. Okay, all right, so that was their second attack. The third attack is an attack on the Valen Ascendancy with the lower HP commodity broker. Block with Vela's party machine. No. Vela is still alive. Prism's Monopoly has 10 or more hit points, so Prism is going to block. Prism is going to block, and they're gonna use their tag. So Prism blocks. It's nice to have friends. Prism blocks with Monopoly at advantage. I believe that's how that goes. Let me see. That isn't how the roll works. Oh, you're talking about something else. Okay, yeah. All right. So let's see how it goes. So this is a. I'm gonna clear the order. Yeah, don't make me rehash the difference between attacking a base of influence and genocide. Don't make me talk about that again. Come on, y'all. Don't do it. Okay. So this is a Fornax commodities broker. Okay. Drink. Fornax commodities broker. Which is a wealth versus wealth 2d8. Okay. Wealth versus wealth 2d8. All right. Which means it's Fornax wealth of 6 versus Prism wealth of 5. Okay. 6v5. And then the Prism tag. Oh, I should check the defense, right? So the defense for Prism Networks Monopoly is a 1d6 counter. Okay, 1d6 counter. And does their tag just give them advantage? What is that? How does that work? Prism, what is your tag? Prism's tag is... let's see. Once per turn, an extra d10 when defending against a wealth attack. Perfect. So it gives them advantage. Okay. All right. So let's see. Here's the attack. Plus 6. Okay, 9. 9 on the attack. And then 2d10, keep 1, then add 5. 13. Okay, so the attack fails, dealing 1 damage in counter. All right, so failure. All right, so here we go. So this attack is a failure, which means 1 counterattack damage from the Monopoly. So counterattack damage to the commodities broker. Okay. All right. So let me mark that down. That was Prism. Whole peaceable Prism. Okay, cool. And then the commodities broker with less health becomes 5. All right. There we go. Okay. So a little ding to the commodities broker. Okay. Yeah, right. Like I love this fiction of this fight is like the commodities brokers are like hey, we want to cut some deals here on Hakani. We got some deals. We're gonna cut you out of your own economy. We're gonna undercut you with like inexpensive spaceship parts and stuff. And then Prism is like, you're gonna want to cease and desist that shit. Because of, and then they just get into a legal battle. Like this whole turn, with the like this sub turn with these commodities brokers was all fought in like Hakani, like courthouses. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So now Fornax has a couple of district court, the people's court, ascendancy courts. Okay. Let's see. So they're gonna use their covert shipping to move some stuff to Demnoth. So let me sort out that, and then we'll get it going. All right. So the House Fornax, they are moving both commodities brokers to Demnoth. All right. Demnoth. There we go. Okay. Cool. And that costs them covert shipping. Does that cost? I can never remember which ones cost and which ones don't. The cost of 1 fact cred. Okay. All right. So that cost them 2. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Fornax, 15, 14, 13. All right. Cool. Good. And no announcement from Fornax. I imagine they will announce something when they have something to announce. Okay. All right. Next up in the faction turn is the Trilliant Ring. The Trillist Ring. So the Trilliant Ring, they are going to, at the beginning of their turn, they're going to set a new goal. Right. So Trilliant Ring. They're going to set a new goal, and it's going to be seize planet, right? Planetary seizure. Okay. So that's their goal. And they are going to complete the seizure of Valua, right? Like there's no one got in the way. So that happens. So they'll get their experience for it, which I think is 1 because nobody was opposing them. Yeah, right. Surprising no one. And then they're going to activate some of their other stuff, and they're basically continuing to seize planet. So let's go ahead and start processing that. So let's see. New goal. Seize planet. Is it 2? I'll double check. Yeah, it's 2 if it's contested. Yeah, 1 for unopposed. Unless I'm thinking of expend influence. Let me look. Planetary seizure. Difficulty is half the average of the current ruling, blah, 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 blah. If it somehow lacks an opposing faction, it is difficulty a 1. See? Sometimes I get shit right. Sometimes. All right. So, sorry. Trilliant. Big shiny Trilliant. Where were we before? So, seize planet. And I will show you what planet they're seizing in a second. They're going to use covert shipping to move the commodities broker on Valua to Demnoth. Okay, so commodities broker from Valua to the big party on Demnoth. And that cost them 1, right? That's right? Down to 14. Oh, did I give them their money? I don't think I did. There's your money. Now you have 19. Okay. Okay. Good. And then, so covert shipping moves value of harvest. And then we will use our other covert shipping to move the commodities broker on Halesko, Berkman 3, to Demnoth. Okay. Let me make a note of these. Okay. Good. That's fine. Setsos Demnoth. So that's another 1, bringing them down to 18, and moving their, let's see, maybe the commodities broker from Berkman 3. Here we go. Commodities broker from Berkman 3 to Demnoth. Okay. That is good. Oh, yeah, they have 2 more from Party Machine, right? Yeah, you're right. Soon we will automate all this horse shit. Oh, drink. So they're back to 20. Okay. All right. And then now they are going to begin a new seizure. Yeah, they have 2 income from party machines. Then they moved 2 things with covert shipping. So they just have their they had 15. Why 19? No, they had 15, right? They got, let me do the math and then see how I'm wrong. So they have 15. They got 5, 6, 7, right, for the party machines. So that was 22. Minus 2 for moving shit, which puts them at 20. Okay. All right. So they're doing another planetary seizure. This planetary seizure, I'm just going to keep them red. Like they're just locked into seizing planets all the time. So progress 0 of 3. Oop. Okay. And they are they're going to seize Berkman 3. So seize planet on Berkman 3. As you can imagine, Trilliant's friends in the High Church chose not to contest. And when you are seizing, right, as long as you're locked into seize, you can attack elsewhere. So seize planet is really like a kind of attack action, which we went into great detail on. It's all the details on Seize Planet, all the extra shit is in the rulings document. If you're curious about how that works. And so they are going to attack with their other assets while they're seizing their planet. So attack, and they're attacking with commodities broker on Demnoff. Broker on Demnoff. And then they're attacking also with a commodities broker on Demnoff. Right? Surprising nobody. Okay. All right. So there's 2 commodities brokers on Demnoff that are doing their attacking right now. Let's go and look at them. Okay. Big party on Demnoff. So Trilliant Ring, 2 commodities brokers. It's wealth versus wealth, and let's figure out the defenses here. So the first defense is Acre was going to block with their hostile takeover, but Acre no longer has a hostile takeover, which means that this block instead, Acre blocks with, what is he blocking with? Beachhead Landers. Beachhead Landers sounds like a really, really stupid D&D character name or something, or like something like a rich noble's name. Yes, hello everyone, I'm Beachhead Landers. Welcome to the Beachhead Landers show. Okay. So, commodities broker on Demnoff, Acre blocks with the Beachhead Landers. Let's go and figure out what that looks like. All right, so commodity brokers are a wealth versus wealth attack. Right? Yeah. Wealth v wealth, 2d8. Okay. Wealth versus wealth. This will stay the same. And the wealth of the Trilliant Ring, Corporate War, is wealth of the Trilliant Ring is 6. Acre is 8. 6v8. Okay. And then the counterattack of Beachhead Landers is where is it? Where are you, Beachhead Landers? Counterattack is none. Big old nada. 0. All right. Commodities broker. Attack. Go. D10 plus 6. Okay. An 11 for the Trilliant Ring. 11 versus D10 plus 8. 14. All right. Nil result. All right. So they successfully defend. So the attack is a failure. No counter. So we'll just do that again because the commodities broker on Demnoff has the same block orders as the others, right? Beachhead Lander is going to continue to stand in defense. And let me see here. Oh, that's right. There is a book of secrets on the planet. That is correct. So let me check. Let me check here. Let me take a look. Okay. So yes, in their orders, the church has given me, they have given me the authority to use that for them. So let's reuse that on that roll. I still have the results. So Trilliant has the action from the Book of Secrets. So they rolled unmodified. They rolled a 6, and their enemy rolled an 8. So they want me to value A is less than value B. So they're gonna re-roll. They're gonna roll the defense die. Okay. So this is the one use of the Book of Secrets this turn, and it's used to re-roll that defense. Right? That's how that math works. Right? Value A is greater than B. Nope. Yeah, value B. All right, I'm reading the little math jam correctly here. So let's make that roll. Ooh. Well. I guess this is still 8. Interesting. The Book of Secrets pays off. Well, shit. All right. Okay. So this does change things. Thank you for reminding me, everybody who did that. All right. So actually, it is 8 damage, which is not enough to kill it, but enough to deal some damage. Okay. So let's rewrite that here. So 8 damage to Beachhead Landers. I believe that was the order. Let's see. Block with Beachhead Landers. Redirect the damage if. Okay. All right. So it's not lethal. It is 8 damage to Beachhead Landers. And I'm getting really sick of saying those 2 words. Bringing them down to 2. Does Trilliant? Yeah. And then I'll change that to success so that we know. There. Okay. All right. Second. Now it's the second go. The book has been done. And we are good to go. Okay. Okay. So let's see. That's the 6. For those guys, they're at 2. Okay. All right. So, Commodities Broker on Demnoff, this is all the same. It's all the same rolls. So let's do it again, but no backup this time. So if they fail on their own. All right. So D10 plus 6. Here's the attack roll from Trilliant. Ooh, a 15. All right. And a D10 plus 8. Excuse me, from their defender. 13. Wow, good turn for Trilliant. Okay, all right. So that means Acre blocks with the Beachhead Landers, and they're going to redirect lethal damage unless it exceeds the current Beachhead Lander HP by 3 or more, which it might. Let's see how much damage it is. I think it probably will be. 2d8. I think this just kills the Beachhead Landers. Yeah, it does. Okay. All right. So the Trilliant destroy the Beachhead Landers. It does 9 damage with a little help from their friends in the. So Acre blocks with Beachhead. It is a success. It is 9 damage. Destroys Landers. Because otherwise, it exceeded the current HP by 3 or more. Otherwise, they would have taken the hit themselves. Okay. All right. So let's clear that landing unit. There we go. Delete row. And there we go. Okay. All right. So there's the Trilliant Ring. Destroys the Landers, and they should have, let's see, 20 faction credits, which they do. Good check. And I will read the notice that they have made. Like, this is a very corporate faction turn. Everybody's like making me read commercials. So In these troubling times of conflict and strife, do you ever want to just get away from it all? Do you find yourself in need of a vacation? The Expanse proudly presents Intaglio, formerly known as Valua, Acheron Row's newest resort destination. Visit 8 unique city-states, each with their own local culture to experience. Cruise down the Orontes River and see the crimson mangrove forests and their exotic wildlife. Sail along the glittering coral coast and take in one of the sector's best sunsets. Contact your local Trilliant travel agent to book a holiday today. Have the time of your life. I love it. I want to go there. I want to go there right now. I just want to go. The Expanse sounds awesome. The Expanse sounds like a great place to hang out. Everybody else is having wars and shit, but like Trilliant with the magic journey, damn. All right. But what's so great is that they were like, do you ever just want to get away from it all? Well, if you live on Demnoff, you can't because we're destroying your spaceships. Yeah. So let me, there are alien ruins and a sealed menace, but don't tell anybody about that. All right. So that's good. That's Trilliant's turn. They are complete. Nice work, Trilliant. So in two turns, 2 more turns, they will have seized Berkman 3 for their own and become the official planetary government, which answers the question we had in the game. It answers the question of who runs Berkman 3, who becomes the official government of Berkman 3, and it is the Trilliant Ring. So right now they are repurposing and rebuilding and like officially filing the paperwork to take over this planet. The Expanse grows. Now they want to change. We're changing the name of Valua. Valua is becoming Intaglio. Is that the intention here? We've been through this game before, Trilliant, you and I. So Trilliant, get at me after the turn, yeah, and let me know. No, read Iron Fist. Read the clarifications, Doc. The seize planet is an attack action. You can attack anywhere while you are seizing. It's a thing you can do. It's an attack action. Yeah. 2 or 3 months ago, we went over this like deeply in the Mechanisms Council and like put it all together. Okay. All right.